Hey guys, this is Rob from No Fences with Bentley and Ryland. We went out yesterday and we put out a couple of game cameras. I'll have that video, well, a couple of those videos from the game camera at the end of this one here. At the moment, we're just trying to get a little bit of info on the new spot that we're at. Well, it's a new spot for the boys. It's not a new spot for me. A couple years back, 5 years ago?
No, it was 3, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 4.
3 or 4 years ago anyway, I logged up there. One of my old jobs there that I had, I was running grapple skidder. And
there's a picture behind it of this grapple skidder, actually.
And, yeah,
Right
there. That's not the area, but,
no.
The area that we put the cameras up in was on one of the old skid trails, and the other one's at the yard from where we went up through. We walked up through and we seen a whole bunch of tracks up there, so we figured it would, good place to put out a game camera, trail camera. And we walked up the skid trail a little ways, the old skid trail a little ways, and there was a blowed down tree, and it looked like the deer had been using it for a scraping area on the ground. We call it a mock scrape. The deer walk in, they scrape on the ground, they get their eye glands on the branch there. But we're gonna try to do a little bit up there this year, because that's where I shot my big 8-pointer that we got hanging on the wall. And there's a lot of deer activity up there. Me and my old boss, we see quite a few deer up in there. And me and Brandon, the other co-founder of No Fences, me and him went up there one day, and there was a nice buck up there. He wasn't huge, probably a 6 or an 8-pointer. He was still in velvet. This was probably 2 years ago. And last year, I didn't get to hunt much. I had double pneumonia in both lungs, the flu, and COVID. So I was out for the whole month of November.
We got out like 5 times, maybe.
Yeah, we didn't get out much. Most of it was all riding around.
That's what it all was.
Still went out and, rode around with the kids and stuff like that. Last year, Bentley, actually, before I got COVID and got sick, Bentley had a chance at a nice buck that we call second chance up at our other area.
8-pointer.
It wasn't really Bentley's fault as to why he didn't get it. The fire and pin in the gun went. That's in one of my other videos, but yeah, he wasn't very far from us. He was only probably 40 yards from us. It
Stared
was
at us
junior
for a
hunt
minute.
day. Yeah, he did. He stood there for quite a while. And, he stood there long enough for Bentley to pull the gun up and squeeze the trigger, and nothing happened. He jacked the shell out, put another one in. We thought maybe it was the ammo, because it was a new ammo that we had tried out last year. And the gun didn't go off. I took it out to where we go shooting. The gun still wouldn't go off. So that was,
He got mad at the gun.
It really wasn't anybody's fault that it happened. Yeah, I did. I got real mad at it.
He almost threw it.
But it wasn't really anybody's fault as to why the gun didn't go off, because like a week before that, we were out shooting clay pigeons and we were out shooting targets and stuff like that. But it was frustrating for him. It was frustrating for me. It was just frustrating all the way around, because it was a nice buck. He was only 40 yards away from us, junior hunt day. Bentley could have shot a buck or a doe, but that would have made him a nice first tag out. We're going to hope Ryland over here, we're going to help him get out a little bit more this year, help him get a little bit more acquainted with guns and stuff like that. We've been teaching him quite a bit on gun safety, but we're going to hope that Ryland gets a chance to see something. Bentley has a little bit of a problem with the scope, so we're going to try him on some open sights. Hopefully he can get the hang of the open sights more than he could the scope, because 2 years ago there, we were walking up to the power line and there was a doe standing, 50 yards away from us? Probably not even 40, well, probably 30 or 40 yards away from us, and she stood right there and watched us the whole time. Bentley just couldn't get her in the scope. Scope kept going black on him. We had this scope set up for him. It wasn't a matter of, you know, the scope not being set up for him, because the gun, he had shot the gun probably 200 times before that day. But, you know, buck fever happens to everybody. Doe fever in that case, but, you know, it happens. It's happened to me. It's happened to him. It'll happen to him, I'm sure. You know, it's one of those things that does happen. But we're hoping to get out more this year than we did last year, because, like I said, I got sick
5 times.
Yeah, 5 times doesn't really
He tried
help
walking up,
out.
but then
Yeah,
failed miserably.
didn't work at all.
He was up there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Come get me.
yeah, it didn't work, and his mother knew what was gonna happen, so that she was pretty happy about that, because, you know, she knew it was coming. She didn't tell me not to, because, you know, she knows that I'm stubborn like that.
Yeah, tell him not to. You get out and do it anyway.
But Bentley's going to try to get tagged out this year. We're going to try to get Rylan tagged out this year. Rylan will probably be the one going with us on Junior Hunt Day, just because he's actually, you know, going to be old enough to do it this year. I mean, I know there's no age limit on it anymore, but it's just more of a personal preference thing. He's got to get out shooting more. Bentley's got to get out shooting more with the open sights. We're just, you know, I'm focused more this year on them two than I am myself. I am going to take a couple days off in November from work to go out by myself, hopefully on some real cold days. Rylan had it, you know, Rylan had the after effects of COVID pretty bad there a couple years back, and he can't do the cold very well anymore. So we're hoping to get him out and, you know, put him in the ground blind.
With a heater buddy.
Maybe with a heater buddy, yeah. Hopefully get him out there with the heater buddy and
We had one once,
keep
but
him
it didn't
warm.
work, right?
Well, it worked, but it was actually Brandon's heater buddy, and the propane tank wasn't unscrewed all the way, or it wasn't screwed in all the way, so all the gas came out, and that
didn't help.
that didn't help at all.
It actually made it feel
So,
colder.
But yeah, that was the day that we were up coyote hunting,
Yeah.
and we didn't see anything that day. We didn't really stick around a whole long time. But yeah, I finally got the deer antlers all cleaned up and everything. Yeah, go grab that, will you? Bentley's gonna grab the antlers that we found last year. It was me, Bentley, Rylan. We were out from that 7-pointer. We did get that cleaned up pretty nice. I'll let Bentley show you that.
Loki.
Yeah, that's what his name was. We're gonna put him on. Grab me that right there. We're gonna put him on this here. We're gonna try to anyway. You know, just something that we made. Hopefully it comes out pretty decent. But we're hoping to get that all taken care of right off soon here. Hopefully have a nice mount up on the wall for Rylan, because he's, come right over here, Rylan. He's going to be hopefully the big hunter this year. He's hopefully going to tag out, and we'll get him out there so he can see some deer anyway, if nothing else, you know. If he doesn't shoot anything, so be it. You know, it's only his first year. You know, I shot a deer my first year, but then I went another, 4 years after that before I even got to see anything, let alone shoot something. So he's gonna go out hunting with us. We're hoping to get him out hunting. We're hoping to get him tagged out. Yeah, thanks to Maristep, they're gonna be our ground blind for this year, and thanks to Maine Pawn and Gun, Eric White, got to give a shout out to him. He's got 3 or 4 different locations now. He's got one in Mexico, Maine, one in Skowhegan, Maine, Norway, Maine, and Berlin, New Hampshire. And I got word that he's going to be opening up another store in Jay right off. So thanks a bunch, Eric. Great guy. If you guys get a chance, go up, see him. 6 Main Street in Skowhegan, Maine, and over in Mexico, right next to Subway and the smoke shop and US Cellular. Yeah,
Near the
right
library.
across from the Mexico Library, actually. And down in Norway, it's right on Main Street. You can't miss it. It's right there on the left-hand side if you're headed out of Norway towards the Norway Lake. And Skowhegan is, like I said, 6 Main Street. But, you know, he's a great guy to, you know, deal with. He'll be understanding. He's helped me out with a lot of guns. I've bought a lot of guns from him, electronics. Not crazy electronics, but, you know, every once in a while he's get something in there. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, ARs, you know, a whole bunch of everything, really. But if you get a chance, go see him. I know he has layaway. He does really good on that. He's a good guy. He really is. Shout out to my wife for, you know,
Editing
going
all
out
the
with
videos.
us, editing the videos, you know, just letting me and the boys take out of family time to go out and do all the extra stuff that we do, coyote hunting, you know, setting up the cameras, stuff like that. She's not a real big fan of the cold either. So, you know, she, on the real cold days, she doesn't go out. Rylan usually stays home. Bentley will go out if it's not crazy cold out. But,
If it's too cold, I will want to go home.
yeah. But, I mean, you know, the kid does great because there was one day we were up in Bunker Pond and it was -12. And I told Bentley, I said, Bentley, we got to head back to the truck. And, you know, he was pretty upset about it. But, you know, his little lips were turning blue and his hands, you know, you could tell he couldn't move his hands a whole lot. So he's a trooper. He sticks it right out. He really does. And thanks to my girls for, you know,
Rosabelle and Kinley.
Rosabella, Kinley, Hunsley, Wilder, you know, they let us go out and do all this stuff too and don't throw too much of a fit about it. But in this video that I'm going to be putting up, you'll be able to see there's me, Bentley, Rylan, Rosabella, and Kinley out there, you know, putting out the cameras and stuff like that. But I'm going to cut this short on you guys. We'll hopefully get out there and put some more videos out of us checking the cameras and stuff like that. We got one more camera we want to put out. I'll try to do my best to get a video of that. But like, subscribe, Rob No Fences, Rylan, Bentley, and my wife's out in the kitchen making donuts right now, so thanks for that, love. All right, guys, have a good night. Nice to be on here again.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.